you've got a minty OBS Ford, but you're sort of tired of listening to your power steering whine. And you're wondering, is it worth going with a Saginaw conversion? So the first question is, what do you need? Well, you're going to need this updated bracket, which is for a 1990s, like basically the same years as an OBS Ford Econoline van. You're going to need the bracket and, of course, the pump and the pulley. I believe the hardware is all the same. I bought this one used off eBay for like 230 bucks, I think. Maybe like, I don't know, which was a little steep. And I know you can find these in junkyards for like 35 bucks, but I don't have the time for that. And the junkyards around me don't have many vans, and the ones that are there, these pieces are already missing. But, so I bought this used pump, or I bought this used assembly with the hardware and everything off eBay. And then I bought a new pump for like $60 off of Rock Auto, and then a new hose that looks pretty rough for like $18 off Rock Auto, which is a Gates, so it's a good brand. And then this is what I'm gonna be using for fluid. Just cry about it. I don't think it's the right thing, but I don't think they're that picky. So this is all you need parts wise. So basically this is like 100 bucks. This is somewhere around 200 bucks, depending on how you buy it. It can be way less than that, but at the most it should be like 250 bucks. So basically for 350 bucks, you can do this swap. And we'll see if it's worth it. I'm gonna do some before, recording, and then some after recording. I'm not super concerned about the power steering feel, about like actually moving the wheel, but I am concerned about the actual the feel, or the noise. The noise is what I'm after. It is so loud, and I'm done with it. I think we're all familiar with the Ford power steering whine. Let me go up this hill here, and you can it might be a little more obvious without this exhaust, but I hear it. Here, I rolled the windows up. Here's another. And it also requires a fair amount of effort to turn the wheel. I mean, I'm using the palm of my hand, but I'm a man, I'm not, it's a measurable amount of effort anyway. Now, if you're installing a new pump like I'm doing, you'll need to use a pulley remover installer kit. Got this one at Hard On Freight, and pull the pulley off, install your new pump. There's some bolts back here, and then put the new one on. Joke's on me. Even with the right tool, that doesn't want to come off. We're out of gas for the torch, so we're gonna see if the used pump works out. So, save a little money. Then on reassembly, note that fitting that came out of there, which is this guy, has a little O-ring on him. And there's a new O-ring that's not installed on the new part. So make sure you transfer that over. Also, that was an 18 millimeter, but this new line is a 5/8. So I guess that's a win for the Gates hose, I don't know. Something I just run into on this project. These are the original bolts with a 10 millimeter head, and these are the Saginaw or van style bolts with like 13 millimeter head. And this aftermarket AC compressor, I actually had to drill out the holes there, because now that one I drilled with a 25/64, and this one I didn't drill, and you see, no bueno. So kind of scary, especially on a charge system, but for the sake of progress, I suppose. So these 3 bolts that go into the cylinder head, actually one of the designs that I actually commend Ford on. I hate the water pump that goes through the timing cover, but the fact that there's just 3 big ass bolts that hold the accessory on, that's a really great design. General Motors have the same vintage. They had a bolt, there are 3/8 bolts, like a bunch of them, and one of them is behind this pulley, and it's just a pain in the ass, and not a fan of it. I don't know if I'll put that on eBay or something or whatever, but I don't need it anymore. So in typical Bachman's Garage fashion, I stopped filming because I had to go to town and get a belt. And then it was dark and, didn't finish filming the process of reassembly. But honestly, it's the same as disassembly. If you can't figure it out, you might not should be working on OBS Ford. You might just put the wrenches down, go back in the trailer. Pretty simple. There's other videos on that process too. Just put it back together. Bolts, tighten them. You know, it's a 1/2 inch for the fitting that goes to the steering box, if that helps you. But yeah, so I reassembled it, and now it works. So if you do the thing and you don't mess it up, it works. It just works. Okay, and for belts on this thing, the stock, you have a 99-inch belt with a stock 5-liter. This is this guy here. And then before I had a smog delete, just bypassing the pulley, you'll need 91 and 11/16, that guy belt. And then if you have a smog delete and the Saginaw conversion, you'll need a 92 and 13/16 belt, or this gauge part number. Might fall down, but here's a little acceleration test just for the ears. Why there's so many people out, huh? It's like let's see, here we go. Ah! There's the speed limit. Those kids waiting for the school bus ought to have enjoyed that. So yeah, Saginaw conversion. I'm enjoying it. When I get to where I'm going, I'll show you the feel of the steering, but I like it. It's very nice. I think it would be there's just a little bit of noise, but this one I can't tell if that's gears or whatever, but my ears tuned into the exhaust anyway, so it's fine. My biggest gripe with the original steering was when it's like late and you're like leaving a girl's house or something, and you gotta turn it around, and then you're idled up making all kind of noise because, you know, letting out on the clutch, and then the steering's making all kind of noise, and even though it's already loud because of the exhaust, I just hated having that extra level of noise just anytime I needed to drive somewhere. It sucked. Right here. So I give you one more downshift, knock the phone over. Got an empty parking lot here. I'll try to demonstrate the ease of steering here. So I guess it's a little bit more than one finger, but it's easy enough to just, you know, whip her around, you know, palm of your hand, easy enough. Go hit Mr. Nicholas's car here. But yeah, very satisfied with it. So, all in all, pretty satisfied with the Saginaw conversion. This thing's idled up right now because I shut it off and started it again. But, you know, for it not costing that much money, so $230 for the bracket and used pump, and then like $18 for that hose, and then I didn't end up using the new pump. So they're $250. I say it's worth it. I mean, it depends on how bad your old power steering pump is and how much you care. You know, I care. I know it's kind of ridiculous with having loud exhaust and then worrying about the pump, but like, you know, you sound like a shit bum when your power steering pump's going out and people make fun of you, and I don't like that. So yeah, now I can focus on the 3-inch straight pipe. Here, I'll take the camera over there, we'll look at it. It's actually not a straight pipe, it's got a muffler and a cat in, you know. Hi, Nick. See? Kind of a muffler and kind of a cat up there. And yeah. Shout out my man Howard on that exhaust. But all right, I'm gonna try to get up. Y'all have a nice day and consider doing this swap.